know the most famous horror story in the Philippines? If you grew up in Manila, you've heard the name whispered in the dark, Balete Drive. It's a quiet, upscale street in New Manila, lined with ancient trees and Spanish-era mansions. But when the sun goes down, it becomes a place where the living and the dead share the same road. They say if you're driving alone at 3 a.m. and you look in your rearview mirror, you might find that you aren't as alone as you thought. This is the story of the Lady in White. The rain hammered against Mark's windshield, a relentless drumming that matched the frantic beat of his heart. On a dark, foggy street somewhere in the Philippines, the gnarled roots of an old balete tree clawed at the night air. Bathed in the sickly orange glow of a streetlight, a figure stood motionless. It was a woman, pale and gaunt, her tattered white dress clinging to her frame. Mark stared, a cold dread seeping into his bones. The rain lashed against the windshield, each drop a tiny frantic drumbeat against the glass. Mark's gaze flickered to the rearview mirror, finding only the familiar emptiness of his back seat. A prickle of unease traced its way down his spine. He shifted his focus past the mirror, peering into the dim interior behind him. Just for a second, a pale woman in a white dress stared back, her form a ghostly blur in the dark. A flash of terror in Mark's eyes, then back to the mirror, empty. The road ahead was swallowed by the thick, inky blackness of the night, visible only in the brief, sweeping arcs of the headlights. Mark's knuckles were white as he gripped the steering wheel, his breath coming in short, sharp bursts that fogged the windows. A chill, not from the night air, crept up his spine. From the back seat, a pale face framed by dark, wet hair slowly emerged in the rearview mirror, its gray, translucent skin stark against the darkness. She leaned forward. Mark's breath hitched, a ragged, wet sound in the oppressive silence of the car. Sweat traced cold paths down his temples, mingling with the tears that blurred the desolate, rain-slicked road ahead. A guttural sob tore from his throat as his eyes darted to the rearview mirror, finding only suffocating darkness. From the inky blackness of the back seat, a pair of pale, skeletal hands emerged. The fingernails, cracked and caked with grave dirt, reached with agonizing slowness. A single icy finger touched his shoulder. A car stopped on a dark road under a flickering streetlight. The back door of the car is wide open. The interior is empty, except for a single white flower, sampaguita, and a pile of wet mud on the seat. The Filipino driver, Mark, is standing outside the car, looking back in shock. Eerie, lonely atmosphere. The White Lady of Balete Drive has been haunting the streets of Quezon City for over 70 years. But tell me, do you think she's just a legend made up to scare drivers? Or is she a restless soul still searching for a way home? If you've ever had a creepy encounter on Balete Drive, or any haunted road in the Philippines, share your story in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and who knows, your experience might be the focus of our next video. If this story gave you the chills, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss our midnight uploads. Stay safe out there, and remember, the next time you're driving alone at night, don't look in the rearview mirror. Good night.